Is it time to sell your silver? When you started stacking, did you put in place a strategy for your silver or other precious metals? If not, you might want to take some time and think about what would be the ideal moment for you to sell. Some people stack for their retirement and have no plans to sell under any circumstances before then. Others might want to flip metal after a certain price has been reached and cash in the profit. I know that some of you are playing the gold to silver ratio game, where you trade one metal for the other when the ratio is either low or high. Deciding in advance what would be the best time for you to sell will prevent you from acting emotionally. If you have a clear goal in mind, you will simply wait for the condition of that goal to be fulfilled and execute when the time comes. For example, you might say, when silver has doubled in price from my entry point, that's when I will sell. Or, when silver hits $100 per ounce, that's when I will sell. My suggestion would be to really take your time and put your strategy down on paper. You can always revise it if your situation changes. So what I want to do today is give you 9 ways to sell your precious metals when the time comes. Grab something to take notes with and let's get to it. Please note that the opinions expressed in this video are my own. I am not a financial expert nor a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before making any financial decisions. Method number 1. Jewelers and precious metal buyers. This is the worst possible place you can sell your metal. All those jewelers that advertise "we buy gold." I have visited a few of them, and they usually give you about half of what the metal is worth. So avoid these at all costs. Method number 2. Pawn shops. Pawn shops are usually a bad idea to buy or sell. There are very likely exceptions, but you would have to do research on each individually. As a rule of thumb, pawn shops are going to give you a lot less than what your metal is worth and will resell at a higher price than what the metal is worth. It is another place to avoid. Method number 3. eBay. You might think eBay is a great place to sell. Actually, it's one of the worst ones. First off, the fees to sell on eBay are prohibitive. Expect to pay about 20% in combined fees. Second, there are a lot of scams on eBay. For example, someone purchases your item, and when they receive it, they make a claim that there is a problem with the item and ask eBay for a refund. Then, they send you an empty box, and you have to fight to get your money back. Unless you have no other choice, eBay has to be one of the worst places to sell. Method number 4. Online dealers. Selling to an online dealer has a few advantages. First, they will very likely be able to purchase any quantity you want to sell. This could be very useful if you want to execute the sale quickly and not have to deal with multiple people if you have a large quantity to sell. There are several dealers who can purchase, so you have a lot of options to sell. You can request a quote from each and compare who gives the best quote for your items. This can be done over the phone or by email, so you can save time by not having to drive anywhere. The disadvantage is that you might get a lower price than selling to others. Dealers are there to make a profit and are not going to give you the best possible price. Method number 5. Local coin shops. Local coin shops are usually a good place to sell. You can expect to be paid spot price for your metal, with some exceptions. Sometimes you can deal for a small premium back on the items like American Silver Eagles or Canadian Maple Leafs. They might also put in a discount on harder to sell items like 10-ounce or larger bars. Each coin shop is different, and my advice would be to develop a relationship with your local coin shop owner and learn what he likes to buy and sell. This way, you will be able to calculate in advance what is the best item for your stack if you plan to sell there. Method number 6. Selling using trading platforms. Places like Craigslist, Kijiji, or LetGo allow you to post listings of items for free. So it's a good place to try to sell. You can probably get a better price than dealers, but selling large quantities would be difficult. Issues you might encounter includes people wasting your time, having to find a safe place to meet to do the transaction. Many people recommend doing this either at or near a police station, and also having to deal with many people before you can complete a sale. Still, it might be something you might want to look into as one of the primary methods to sell. Method number 7. Online groups like Facebook or precious metal forums. One of the very nice things you can do with these groups is sell by auctioning. This will allow you to get prices close to retail and sometimes even higher. Selling large quantities would be difficult unless you are willing to give it a lot of time. Also, you have to be careful who you sell to. Always research the buyer before concluding a sale with anyone. If you like this type of content, I invite you to subscribe and like. Clicking the bell icon will also ensure that you don't miss any new videos. I post every Saturday morning. Method number 8. Live auction on YouTube. Some YouTube channels are almost dedicated to doing live auctions. Every time I've watched one of these auctions, items were selling for a lot more than they were worth. If you are a YouTuber with a large audience, this has to be one of the best ways to sell. If you're not, having a YouTuber who is good at live auctioning do the auction for you for a cut might be a good idea. Again, this probably will not work for large quantities, but for small quantities, it would be hard to beat. If you know someone this video might help, share the link. Method number 9. Private sales with friends or acquaintances. If you know people who are stacking, offering your metal to them first is a good idea. The main reason for this is that you're very likely to be able to get part of your premium back. Let's say spot price is at $20 and that the dealers are selling for $23. If you offer the item at $21.50, it's a win-win for both of you. Also, if those people are in your city, you don't have to deal with the shipping cost or risk. This is definitely one of the best and safest way to sell or even to buy. The only disadvantage to this is that it's really hard to sell large quantities this way. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to understand how coin shop owners think, I suggest you watch this video here. It will help you shape your purchase towards being able to resell more easily. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.